Morgen getan. I only have till Tess.
Yeah, this one doesn't have the letters.
Breakdown?
Yeah, I don't have this after that. Nothing. It was just letters.
Okay, do you see where he starts?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
So what we got to was repeating 100 times the same Torah over here. Sabachin is the Kudus HaKasav, right? Yud Bey starts with the Kudus HaKasav, meaning the Kudus HaKasav that I'm saying is our kesufim, our desires, our innermost desires. And I said, what really does chinuch for a child? When a kid sees what gets the father excited. What gets him excited, what gets him nervous, what gets him mad. The knee-jerk reaction. Yes! What's that yes? That is your kesufim. Whatever that yes is that happens in your life, or that, damn it, that thing, those are your kesufim and those are your anxieties. Those same things are those things that are your deepest desires, and it's such an important point with children.
The inner energy.
That first thing that comes out, he is coming for Shabbos, yes. He's not coming for Shabbos, yes. Nice. That feeling, that initial knee-jerk response is our kesufim. I get a phone call that I can move to Eretz Yisrael. Yes. You know what I mean? That's been my desire. That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted. And that's where the kesufim. So the Rebbe says, that is desires. How do we externalize desires? How do we make those things happen in our actual life? If those are our desires.
It's such a gift to be able to reparent yourself when parenting your children.
It's a beautiful thing.
So amazing.
You want to know, my sister told me the other day.
If you can have
she says,
that, right?
She says, you're not sending your son to this school for him. You're sending it for you. Mm-hmm. Like you're reparenting. Screw you.
To the degree that the definition of a sweater is something that a child wears when his mother is cold.
That's cute.
Right.
That's the same idea.
But I don't like that. I'll tell you why. Because what she's saying is that there's no way. She's saying that all these dreams and everything of making it better for your children. Look, it's never going to happen.
What do you mean?
We do the same thing our parents did.
No, that's
what she's saying.
What she's saying is that most people, and it's
don't
very, very true, are being mechanech our children in redoing our own children.
Right.
I'm going to do what I do.
Continuing
I
generational
give the
trauma.
example, right? We used to have outside every pizza shop, there was those rides for a quarter.
Yeah.
What
I used to cry for my mother to do it. Never. You could sit on it, but we're not putting it on.
When you were a kid, was it electric or was the guy pushing it?
Electric. When my son became 2.5 years old,
all the quarters he need.
I bought a stack
all the quarters he need.
He was so nauseous. For 2 days, I just kept him on that. So what am I doing? I'm doing it for him? I'm not doing it for him.
Right, sure.
I'm doing it for me. And so much of our chinuch is really that. In everything we try to teach our children, it's really just redoing our chinuch.
It's a good example.
So when do we really...
There's only one left.
When do we really stop being mechanech our children for our children? When do we start really thinking about the next generation? What's happening?
So special.
We really, the first 20 years of our chinuch, we start thinking, redoing our own chinuch. And I'm going to do it better in a different way, but it's really just redoing your own. Redoing whatever you would have wanted. That's why the Bechor gets Pishnayim. Bechor gets Pishnayim because he freaking deserves it. Because
don't let him bother you.
Because he's the guinea pig. Because he deserves it. Because we took out all of our anxieties and all of our traumas on that first kid and put him on that thing.
No, but my second kid, I did the same thing. But why doesn't he get Pishnayim?
The first one is, we'll get into why Bechor. But
the first son, she got Pishnayim.
The idea is we're mechanech really just to redo our own.
I have a daughter first.
According to that the girls should get too.
No, the girl doesn't get the same patch as the boy.
Never.
She gets from the wife.
So
whatever the wife makes, she can get double. Which is nothing, so it's fine.
But the idea of starting to think, and where it came to me, this idea of really starting to think about the next generation. When you start having Einiklach, because then you can't be mechanech them. But you're just watching a very close child grow up. When you're not having grandchildren, you can't tell them a thing to do.
My grandfather told me lots of things to do and not to do.
And you flipped him the middle finger.
That's how you hated him. If you want to keep a relationship with your inner, you don't tell them what to do. That's the beauty. But you're watching now a new generation. You're looking at it from a whole different observer point of view, as opposed to being an active person. I need to change something here. It's just watching how your children are machanech their children, and they're spoiling them. They're doing the same thing that they didn't get. They're giving, and everything they felt they're lacking, they try to overcompensate. An example was of Cook, Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld. Used to be very, very close until Rabbi Yosef Chaim went to the far, far right.
They're still close.
And Reb Cook went to the far, far left in that, and they still sent a lot of correspondence back and forth. One of the correspondences that they sent, correct, one of the letters that they found was that Reb Cook sends a letter to Reb Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld that says, "Thank you so much for pulling so hard to the right, so I could pull so hard to the left, so Klal Yisrael will end up in the middle."
Wow.
That's looking at a generation. That's looking at a generation as from a higher point of view. There's something playing out here in the next generation. This idea that I have about trying to create this place in Eretz Yisrael where we all buy our homes. I'm trying to get people, I'll show you a whole white paper I have, to sell their homes upstate and then in Willowwoods and take that 600,000 from the next generation, buy something in Eretz Yisrael. Let's find that place. Create a great day camp there. Send bring your grandkids and let them live with you for 2 months in a day camp, but living, not running around everyday trips. We're living here. That will bring out in that generation a hishtoikikis to live in Eretz Yisrael. Today, everybody that goes to Eretz Yisrael only knows it as a vacation spot and a running around and a chavaya, but nobody has a desire to live there. You don't get any desire for visiting and doing trips to Eretz Yisrael. You don't get a desire to live there until you live there. Until you spend a week in one place. 2 weeks in one place, a month in one place. Then you chop what it means. I'm going to the same store for milk every day. I'm going to the same minion every day. I'm living here. When you travel there, you never get to do that. I'm running, I'm coming, I'm going. But think about it a second. If we can do that, we can set it up that the Einikos come with us to Eretz Yisrael for 2 months, a year. We're there. And then they come back. The parents should do whatever they need to do. They're working or whatever. And create the cycle. You can do it from 5, 6 years old till teenage. They come to Eretz Yisrael, the parents want to come out of that.
Zish. Torah's of and Tish.
That will create a desire.
Make it happen.
In it. Let's do it.
Do.
Today.
How far you land?
What's with, whatchamacallit, Katzrin.
Katzrin, go for it.
Let's talk Katzrin. Okay, but let's see. So here, so here's the Rebbe's giving you the life hack here, how to make it happen. Ready?
Okay.
So you have this desire. You have this in potential. Potentially, this you do in this energy because you have this desire. Talk it out. The more you talk about it, and that's why we're recording it, because we want it, and we want it, and we want it. I'm meeting your brother Maya one day in Eretz Yisrael. I said, I'm going to my son. He lives on Devrei Chaim. He goes, that's funny, I'm going to my brother. He lives on Devrei Chaim, next door to me. My son and your brother live next door to me. Literally, so Maya came in. I got your mother there. Sure, I showed me your mother there. Yeah, it was very cute.
Beautiful neighborhood.
Beautiful. No, it's not.
I mean, it's
I love that. The people, their souls.
They are. But yeah, I'm standing in my son's.
that was honest.
Right outside his door. There's a beautiful.
Somebody's elbows in your face.
Oh, jam! A thing of jam comes smashing down diapers. There's 800 people living on top of each other. You know, it's insane. Anyway, a shoe comes down. Guy comes down, knocking on the door. Hello, I need my son's shoe. As he gave him the diaper, the shoe, the jam. He goes, this is not for me. 800 things. You know what I mean? But that's so nice. It is. It's chalmers. If you appreciate
projects.
living in the project, you're living in the project. That's not what I'm looking for.
That's like in Monroe, you know, the new development there was like,
It's so funny. It's so
It's great to see
funny.
that.
My
Drive
children
up to
drove by.
17,
Go
you
drive
pass
down to
by, oh,
17.
my gosh, no.
Thousands. It's all Smelly's
Yeah, I
father.
bet.
Smelly's father's putting $1 billion project now in
Are you
Monroe.
serious?
$1 billion. Every sub is from Monroe.
I don't know. Nice.
Every sub. I'm telling the story about your father.
Cool.
Every
One guy.
not one guy. The whole job.
Yeah.
besides the workers.
$1 billion.
$1 billion project.
Crazy.
Keeping that money in the economy in Monroe.
That's awesome.
It's
It's probably going to
insane.
that's
Insane.
going into the account.
That whole development.
So
of
my
it?
kids drive. I drive by with my kids. My kids say, "If you're in the country, why are you living like this? You're in the country. Why are you doing this? I don't understand. You're in the country. You have land.
No.
Go."
Right.
I said, "No, you have to understand. In Monroe, there's 1 square inch of land that everybody wants to live on, next door to the basement. It's 1 square inch of land that everybody in
Some of
Monroe
them are
wants.
getting smarter already.
The only thing is you can't all live on 1 square inch. So you get as close as you can, and I'll build up as high as I can to be as close to that square inch. It's about the square inch. And that's Yerushalayim. Is the exact
Yeah,
same
old
building.
city.
It's the old as close as you can get to. That's why the Nevi'im is built up like crazy, and you go.
I don't know.
Built up like crazy because people want to be walking distance to the Kaisel. People want to be there. Shmuley bought his apartment where. Also,
Besides for that, hold
because
on.
everybody
Besides
wants
for
to
that,
be in Yerushalayim.
no, there's another aspect. Most people like to live on top of each other. Why do I say that? Because look at every city. All people come together.
No, it's not that people. The world.
for convenience.
The
That's
world
only
needs
for
cities.
convenience. It's only
Yeah,
for convenience.
the world needs cities, not individuals. If you ask individuals, they want to live in a home.
Yeah, but how come most people live in cities?
Because the world needs cities.
Yeah, but
that's
why
what
do
they
they
want.
want to live
Why do
there?
people want to live in Manhattan?
Why? Why?
Convenience.
Convenience.
They want social connection.
Why do they
Read
live?
city
Why do they
planning.
live
He's
in
saying it's
Brooklyn?
social connection.
Read
Social connect.
read
People
Robert
like
Moses.
to live azoy. Most people, because most people live in cities.
And again, that's
Right?
the way it's a cultural
I
thing.
understand,
It's a
but-
cultural thing. You go to China, they're all sleeping in the factories, the migrant workers. That's all they know. So they want to sleep
Those
in
are
factories.
sleeping
Yeah.
cells.
That's all they know. It's all cultural.
No,
They
but
need
no,
it.
but
The
there's
world
a
would not
reason why it
exist if everybody had a
happened.
home.
There's a reason why it happened.
Why
That-
cities happen
Yeah.
from day one in
People,
creation.
Yeah,
most
we-
people want to live
wanna
together
live
with
in
other
Vermont
people.
on Sugar Hill
Exactly.
Road.
Most people don't want to live spread out. Most people want to live as close as possible to other people.
Because the more there is, the more there is.
Read Le Corbusier, like a great city or something. I want to get
Yeah, there's a guy here that looks just like you. Where is he?
Yeah, I swear I thought that was you.
Right? He just
Yeah,
has whiter
brother,
hair.
no brother is on it?
כדי שתצא נפש מכוח לבוס, אנחנו נדבר עכשיו משתוקת.
no,
שהוא
Paul
נחשף
skinny
ומשתוקת. Talk about it. כמו שכאז נפשי יצא בדברי. My nefesh, which is my ratzain, right? Im yeshes nafshechem. And Rashi says, Im yeshes ritzoinchem, right? Nefesh we know is ratzin. Where does your ratzin come out? Nafshi yatsa bedabri. Shal yidei adibri yatsa nafsh mikoyach al hapoyel.
The Ratzen came to us in the news.
No, from the mouth. Ki al yidei yishtoikik is the sava nafsh bekoyach. Through the desires, you got this koyach in potential. Val yidei adibri shu medabri befiva yishtoikik is nigma nafsh mikoyach mikoyach al hapoyel. That's how you get it out, by talking about it. Because Hashem is a Im alav dam ilamal chalika Hashem tzavakas toyre yavak shemipiyu. In my cotton, the Gemara says, if your Rebbe is Doima Malach Hashem Tzavakos, and the Rebbe started in the beginning of the Torah explaining the difference between Malach Hashem and Tzavakos, if that's the case of your Rebbe, Torah Yavakshem Mipiyu, you should search out Torah from his mouth. Ki oisiyas ha-Torah hem poyalim, ki hem achiyas shal kol davar k'may shekasai, uvetuvay mechadus b'chol yom taben maaseh bereishis. Ve'ein toiv ala Torah ki hem manigim es kol ha'olam. Ach ha-oisiyas ba'atzmim hem kegoylam. Ve'en lem shem pnu v'chiyas. Ve'en lem shem tzir. Ve'al yidei, ve'al kein. Yes, la Torah shnei kachas zachen asel esamachayim ki kol
Loizacha lasli samamavis.
echad lefi mashu nichsav kachu mitzayim mefarish oisi is HaTorah ki b'Torah kol achizis koi ba'ra. We're going to explain this all. B'tzadikim yechu ba'muparishim yikashim b'mahainu kol echad lefi akisufim.
You're zipping through.
We're just going to get to the end and then we're going to go. Shemehem nasim nefashis, right? So everybody has their desires, which through that becomes the nefashis, their ritzonos. Validei zeh ois in the kutas loisi is HaTorah. And through that we're going to put the nekutas in the Torah. So the stari ois in the spashal tov. Oy lahapachas v'lo. Fi mashu stari kachem ba'olam ba'olam. Valken ois is HaTorah mevakshim l'stam repeat tzadik. Wow. Shum medaber aksum the kedusha shaloi. V'alizam become ois is the kutas v'tayim v'tayim. Wow. So what he was saying till now, this is Rav Nassan adding a piece that he heard from Rav Nachman.
This is crazy. You hear
This
this?
is crazy stuff. More or less, what he's saying is the hishtoikik is the nekudas hakesef. The nekudas hakesef means what is the kesufim? What does that mean? It means everything that plays out in our life, we put language to it. We put our definition to it. Is this good? Is this bad? Those are the oisias atayah, the nekudas of it. What plays out is the oisias. If everything is from the Torah, if hastakel ba'iraisa bala alma means if I have a negative attitude and I'm learning Torah, I'm creating and I'm putting a negative effect over Torah. I'm going to create negative experiences. As soon as I put in, everything is just from the eyes of the beholder. Meaning it's all the person that's telling himself the story. So if you're a negative person and you're learning, and everything comes from Torah, if Torah is the first thing, if it's tackled by Raisa, mean everything is letters of Torah. Everything is letters of Torah. Rabbi Pinson once told me that he asked his Rebbe, Rabbi Friedman in Chabad, which was the Rosh Hashiva there for many years. He says, when I learned the Rambam about Kiddush HaChodesh, that's already been disproven by, not disproven, but it's not really negaya. I'm getting limit Torah. I'm learning the details of the thing where I really can learn it in 100 different ways, easier, better. He looks, he gave him a patch across the face. He tells him, it's all ICS Torah. What do you do? It's all ICS from the Torah. It's all Torah. It's all shameless from the Kedusha. It's all shameless Torah. What are you talking about? Any learning you're saying shameless Torah. Everything is shameless. Everything is shameless. What are you talking about? You ask me about Rambam, you don't know if it's Nageya? It's all shameless. Meaning, so everything that we do is, if it's a stakel b'raisa b'alma, meaning our life as it plays out in front of us, how we experience the movie as it's going to play out in front of us, is all a stakel b'raisa. It's all oisius on the Torah. What's the vowels? What's the nekudas that tells me how to read these letters? Those are my kisufim. My inner desires are the thing that's going to put color to the letters. The letters, what's playing out is the oisius Torah. Saying, so if you have, sometimes, Rahman al-Islam, you can have somebody learn Torah with a negative attitude, and that becomes a sama mavis for him. And that becomes poison for him. Because he's overlaying negativity over Torah, and that's what the Gemara says. If it's not Zoich, it becomes a sama mavis, it becomes poison. And we know that there were people that smoked cigarettes learning on Shabbos, while the Torah itself...
That was some time for them.
It took them down a terrible path. A lot of people Torah take that. A lot of people become rabbunim and start smashing other people and become very negative and become big, speakers. But yes, please, Bernie.
God and Torah is what you make it to be. That's what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
So now, if you were raised in a way that doesn't sit well with you, people told you that this is what the Torah is, this is what God is, and it doesn't sit well with you. I don't like a God like this, and I don't like a Torah like this. So then what you have to do is tap in and see, what do you like? What kind of God do you like? What kind of Torah do you like? Now, once you know that...
What if his internal compass
now
is
you
off?
start...
But the
hold on.
Find the Rebbe.
Hold on a second. But even the Rebbe says, we'll give you what you're looking for. The Rebbe says the Rebbe has to offer Samachaim and Samamuvas. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay, hold on, we'll get there. He says the same as the Rebbe will give the same thing. Okay? The point is that you have to trust your internal compass. And then based on that, the Torah will enhance it. You understand? That's what he's saying, that the Torah is dead words. The Torah itself is dummies. That's what he said. It's a goylem. Okay? It's the life that you put into it is what it brings out.
Everything
So-
just is.
Right. So
Everything
now
just is.
you have to decide, right? If you have a problem with the way God was portrayed to you, so you ask yourself, say, what is God to me? Right? Or what is Torah to me? And then start learning, and you'll see that everything in the Torah is going to start pointing to your definition of God. Once you know what you're looking for, it's all going to be in there.
And that's what it means. The letters of the Torah want to be in the mouth of the tzaddik. Meaning everything, every situation just is. We overlay our story, our nakudas, our desires.
Which is
I do like
good.
this, I don't like this, I judge this, I don't like this. That's all the nakudas that we're putting, the vowels to the letters. We're taking the goylem of the letters and we're giving it the definition.
But if you want it, you can then want to. It's like
It's like any magnet, like any magnetic force.
Now read the next few lines.
V'zehu, that one.
Oh, you're by, no, yeah, Vizau.
Immer Rav Doiv Malach Hashem Tzedakah is if the Rav is Doiv Mator Malach Hashem Tzedakah is key.
No, he's saying, V'zehu, im arav doimel is malach Hashem tzavakos. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. Okay, keep going.
I thought he said this one.
No, it's here.
Like we said, in Torah Shebeksav, which are the letters of the Torah, that just is. And at that point, we have the ability to overlay Toiv and Ra over those letters. So, Harav tzarech gam ken sheyeh lo shnei hakoyches. The Rav needs to have both koyches. Sheyesh l'Torah. In Torah Shebeksav. Samachayim v'sam.
Hamaves.
Ba'ofen sheyeh Avshalom miskarav elav lekabel kirtzoyna. Like exactly what Bernie saying. The person that's getting close to him should be able to receive as he wishes. In the idea of tzadikim yelchu u'bayishim yikashlu. In Torah, you can go in the right way, and you can go and you can stumble in Torah. There's plenty of people that use Torah to hurt people. They use Torah as a stick. They excommunicated people because of Torah. Torah was the Sama Mavas and the Bayishim yikashlu, and they used Torah as their mask and their hide behind for many negative things. If the inner desire is if your inner desire is for Avodas Hashem, you'll get a clear path from your Rav, from your Rebbe, and Avodas Hashem. And if your inner desires are for the negative, and
And he has tuna in his heart.
if he has tuna in his heart,
What does Tina actually mean though?
tit ubuts, like cement, like that. Midas and tavis rice, it means if you have really horrible midas and really have your inner desires are
Then you'll find in the tzaddik
much
even
more illicit
Yes.
things. Yuchel gam ken limtzei b'harav davar sheyaketz v'netiyas. Wow.
crazy, huh?
V'yichbar b'koil chas v'shalom, and then it'll go,
Right before.
wow.
Wait, what was
Crazy,
that?
no?
Wow! What this is saying is, if you have inner goodness and you're going to your Rebbe because you want to find a path in Avodas Hashem, I want to get close to Hashem, I have no idea, I'm lost, you'll find that path beautifully with your Rebbe. If you really have inner questions and really you have taivas and really you want something completely different, then you're going to go to your Rav
And you'll
you're
see that
gonna
in him.
find the negative in him and you're going to find what you're looking for in him, and then you're going to become a kofer in everything.
So Zish,
Then you're going to become a kofer in everything.
Zish, so
Meaning
the key
you're-
is that if you go to a Rav and you see only bad, then you have to look at yourself and see what's bringing that up.
Wow. That's the third eye.
What we see is what's here.
Right.
What plays out in our movie, that's what he's saying. What plays out, if you go to a Rav and you see negativity by him, it's because you're a chazan.
Wow.
You know, like the story.
Which is okay.
Which is okay. Somebody came to the and told them, I was in your
When? Tomorrow
town,
night.
and there's a lot of matzlias figure women. What's going on here? And he looked at him and he says, "Di chazan."
Those kicks. I once
You're
said,
the chazan. If you're coming to tell me that there's not sneeze because you came with that energy, you haven't noticed, I hate to say it, but the people that scream the most about sneeze are the biggest chazan. Because that's what's in them a whole day.
that's what they
If that's
see.
what you see, then it's there's a simple bit of B'shisa answered him. He says, Klal Yisrael is a kohen mishlein. And again, I may be saying, sometimes I quote things that are not right. It could have been a different subject, but it could also be. He says, Klal Yisrael is a kohen mishlein. It means it's a complete structure of a human body. So there are people that are the head, there are people that are the heart. Lakewood will say they're the head, right? And maybe they are. Adarabah. Satma maybe say they're the heart, right?
I'm the
Adarabah,
toughest.
I'm asking. But everybody, every single human body structure also has not sneezestiga parts. You came to town and decided to look at the not sneezestiga parts in the body.
I had a guy come to my party by
It's because that's what you're looking for, because that's what you are.
I had a guy come to one of my bonfires by Lag Baimer. A guy, long beard, who's standing on the side, and he says, "Does somebody here have a pulse on what's going on?" I said, "What?" Yeah, he did. I said, "I don't know." 'Cause you know there are some girls dancing over there. I said, "I don't know, I don't see." He says, "Yeah." I said, "So why do you see it?" I said, "Well, I don't see it." Right away, when you do an Uman, I do the same thing. When people come and complain, I say, "What's kicks there?" And right away, it's like
That's what it is. It's what
they
you
go nuts.
focus on.
And then they go in and get 100 of their people, and they run you out.
Exactly. L'chaim.